Moin people, what's going on? Welcome back to the Nerd Crate. In today's review, Astrotrain. Sorry guys, not Fans Toys Thomas. He's very expensive and maybe this is a little bit sacrilegious what I just tell you. He wasn't one of my favorites, but Thomas does look good. Anyway, with that out of the way, Mechanic Studio Iron Sky. Sorry for the confusion. Welcome back people. I thought this was a pretty good way, but hey, at least you know where you're at now. You know you're not getting Thomas. So maybe a little bit in the future. Let's see how it goes. He does look good. Anyway, thanks to my buddy Dan of Sentinel Bay Reviews. This is my final loan from him and we're gonna take a look at him. Of course, he is super famous. Of course, you know, Transformers the movie, Astrotrain, take off. Devastator, definitely not fitting in that, especially when I'm looking at Constructor. That mass shifting is gonna be a problem. Anyway, it's a fun little figure. And I mean, it's G1 Astrotrain to almost perfection. And we're gonna check out all nooks and crannies as soon as we did the following. So here we got everything out of the box. And talking about box, cool little thing, nice poppy art of Astrotrain here on the front with his actual alternate modes here, MS-20 Mechanic Studio, like, I don't know, Manga, Mila, Bumblebee, I don't know, Iron Sky on the side, the actual figure. Looks good. On the back, the Space Shuttle Enterprise was the very first space shuttle. Okay, interesting, some actual history on the shuttle. Nice enough. Some posing, alternate mode, support interface weapons. Okay, warrior model. Below some warning signs, and on the top some schematics with the actual space shuttle. Cool, I appreciate that. Next up, we got two instructions. It's a little weird. They could have just done one, an actual booklet, but it brings you through the transformation. I had no gripes with that whatsoever. Like, I don't like this fold out style, but it works, and if it's functional, fine by me, you know? All the steps are shown with arrows and you also see like, what's it looking afterwards, going down, this going up, it's there then, this going in, there, looks like this. It's all fine, no problemo. Accessory 1A and 1B, the exact same blasters. And yeah, nice line detail, only purple plastic, not much to tell you. And of course, due to the way it's constructed, you just peg it into his hand. No worries. Last one is a Lego brick? No, of course not. It's a chimney for the locomotive. It packs in afterwards when you transform them, so a parts forming piece. And it does exactly that. We're gonna do it once we're at this mode. And here we got good old Astrotrain, and he looks cool. He looks very cool. Right out the bat, these things only pack in locomotive mode, but not in space shuttle mode, so meaning they flop around. So that's pretty much the real only negative, but it doesn't, you know what, it doesn't deter from anything from this guy. He's good, he's really good. I like him a lot. This is the same, this is again that thing as with Speedstar. What's going on with the tolerances in the knees? The bee's knees. No, of course not. Anyway, yeah, what I wanted to say was if I would go down a rabbit hole of a G1 Legends collection, this would actually be one of the guys I would actually maybe kind of choose for Astrotrain, you know? Maybe the actual Mech Fans Toys that's coming out now, what was it called? Bobby just had it on the channel. I don't remember. Anyway, details. We have a lot of plain plastic, meaning the gray here is plain everywhere. And I believe the wings are this purple based plastic and the gray is painted, and it's done nicely, fitting perfectly, no worries. Head is purple plain with white painted face, and actually, can you see that? Does the zoom work? That was too much for the zoom. Wait a second, we got that in a sec. There we go. Painted eyes, I believe it's even the same metallic one as down here. Talking about that, purple and metallic red down here. Looks glorious with some additional cat hair, always appreciated. Yeah. Painted orange on top here, looks good. Orange on the side, red here. Otherwise, a lot of plain gray, but I mean, that's what Astrotrain was. Here is from the back, pretty clean. Side, I mean, some of this stuff's gotta go in its legend scale, you know? So, shits and giggles below. So we got Choo Choo Feet. He's cool, he's really cool. Articulation's a little bit limited. Like, we have him on a ball, but due to the shape of the head, you get some nodding, you know, you can like that works, but not much more. No extra piece that you can fold out, bring it down, but it's all good. The arms are very much okay, so come out to the side this far, would go all around if it wouldn't be for the wing. So that's okay. Single jointed elbow gives you 90 degrees. Bicep swivel works on a mushroom pack. And we have this little thingy here that's actually for transformation and no swivel on the wrist. On the rift. We're gonna do this all with an F. I don't know, maybe I had a clown for breakfast, I'm sorry. Waist swivel, all functional, works amazing. One piece hip skirt, meh, but okay. I mean, they could have cut it here, have it plain there. I don't know, whatever. Actually though, if you bring this out, full front split, bring this out to the side, full side split. Excellent. Little thigh swivel around the ball packs here. Mushroom pack on the actual thigh swivel here on a cut. Little ugly, but what will you do? And single jointed knees, little under 90. We give it to him, it's okay, because this guy is really cool. And we have the feet. This is for transformation, actually, but it works. I mean, it's nothing that you can do, you know, he could like kick back, but that's about it. So the actual foot is this guy, it's on a ball joint, so you have this much of a rocker. Unhealthy, but it works. Also down and yeah, inside this cavity, slightly up. But it's okay. I think for a Legends guy, man, this thing is cool. I love what they're doing with Legends. Like, I don't see any actual fail on what any company ever has been doing. So I'm good with that, you know? I'm good with that. So some quick facts, some quick facts, some posing, and also comparisons. Man, this guy is fun, man. For the preview pics, I fiddled around with him already. So let's just put this guy down here and level that guy out. 0, there we go. With the guns, he's exactly 76 gram heavy. And to get my little ruler, from the top of his head, pretty much, let's give him 18 centimeters. So I supposing you already see it, you know, you can level out the feet and you can have him rotate here and have him do a pretty, yeah, almost like, you know, Siege of Autobot City, where they're all standing in front of it and just go. That's pretty cool. He's fun. He's pretty fun. Thing I tried ahead of things also, you may have seen that on my preview pics on Facebook and Instagram. You can even have him kind of dual wield. Of course, he cannot hold the gun, but you can fake it. The tolerances in the arms work quite well for that. And if you then put everything forward, like this, and bring the wings to the back. Wrong rotation, dude, wrong rotation. This one around, like so. And then you level the foot out. You can even have him running, standing, while dual wielding. At least that worked for the preview pics. What the hell is going on right now? It worked for the preview pics. This is some weird magic. Let's try rotating it the other way. It's always also a little thing of tolerance and magic and luck. Lady Fortuna's gotta be with us So level that foot out. There we go. It's not 100%, but it works. So there's that. And also you can have him like, you know, kind of power walking if someone's pissing him off, and you know he's a big guy, so you can have that too. Super easy. Like, you see how easy it is to pose him. It's just, he's a lot of fun. He really is. So let's straighten this guy out. Mon chichi. And here you got him in my Iron Factory display, and just bring him down a level. That's how I see it roughly. So nope, that's not working. Like, the styling, if you squint, maybe a little bit, and overall because they're tiny, yeah, but directly side by side with Megatron and then the styling way more simple, I don't think so. Transform, mode 1, Locomotive. Rotate the head 180. It's really stiff here and also narrow with these pieces. Rotate the arms inward, open up this flap, bring the hand in, there's a little bit of a threshold, and open up this flap downward. Open up this lower portion here, open up the backpack slightly, rotate it 180, bring it over and close it down around the head, forming the top here. Staying on the back, bring up the arms so they pack in together, forming the top of the locomotive. Open up the legs, both of them, bring these down, pack together on the center packs, you cannot miss it, and then you combine the legs, it eventually will unpack, but it works, and you pack all of this together, forming almost the full locomotive. Close up again, pack those together. They won't fit too well, but if you give it some pressure, you know, it eventually will stay. Bring the wings down, fold it forward, pack it in, ×2, fold in, and finally bring in your Lego brick and just plug it in between here. And then we got his train mode, and he's cool. I think he's cool. The back alone, you know, all the Decepticons in there, Astrotrain take off. I think this is cool. Plain, but cartoon accurate. I think the color pops. We have the train parts here done in gunmetal on here. A lot of the purple comes through. Back portion is small, but that's also on Thomas, you know, I believe that's even accurate, so it works. This thing won't quite stay together, and you can even open this up so you can put some coal in there. That's I know it's done here, but there's no opening, so put the coal in there. I think it's cool. I think it looks really, really cool, works well. Nothing for the weapons, but on this mode I don't give a damn. So yeah, little orange on here for a window, few details here, like even lines for the actual metal pouring process, from the actual metal pouring process. So front here, even the logo. I think it looks cool, man. That's all I got. Transform 2, Space Shuttle. Reverse a lot of what you just did. Open up the flaps below and bring out the wings. You can pretty much bring those up. They will always fly around, but you don't need it. Bring the hip skirt out, open up the legs again, and slightly unpack the arms, because you can just do it like that. You need to extend the legs again. Split the legs, open these portions up, bring the foot in, rotate the canopy out, bring this one in, same on the other side, and then you combine them again, also the top halves and the canopy itself, and bring it together. Bring the whole piece. This can happen, it's kind of loose, but it's no biggie, just pack it back in. Make sure you bring the arms in again, but you need to fiddle them beside the body and beside this portion. This is a little bit finicky, a little bit, but eventually it will work. It looks worse now than it actually works, but that's what you want to do. Rotate this up again, have this out, pack these in here on the sides again, straighten out the canopy. Or what does Bobby always say? Or can of peace. And this is something that can happen, that this comes down and just falls down and packs in on the inside. So it looks, but finally it has to look like this. Pack this down, close the legs down, and finally you bring in this guy here. It packs into the sides of the former locomotive parts on both sides. And finally you bring the fin up, and then you got Astrotrain in space shuttle mode. And I think for what he is, like a super small version of it, I think he is really cool. He's a little open here, but there's a workaround. Wanted to do this during the weapons, showing the weapons, but this is also working. So you have a little bit of a close down here on the sides. So I think this is cool. I think it works, you know? You can even almost a little bit fake it, like as if he just transformed from Locomotive to this little space shuttle. Colors come through here nicely. We have an actual fin. We still have the form like on the front here from his actual locomotive mode. I think he comes through very, very nicely. Translucent orange or yellow inside, even with a little bit of an interior. You see that? I think this is cool. He works. He really works. Like for that smaller guy, a triple changer on legend scale, I think he's great. Yep, like him. Final thoughts. And then we had him, Mechanic Studios Astrotrain, which is, by the way, McFans Toys, known for some chaos, but this is the original mode. Question still remains though, is he good? And yes, he is actually pretty excellent. I like the packaging, it's sturdy, you know, all varnished, a lot of explanations on the back already. We have a good art here and thorough done styling. So inside clean clamshell, pretty much consistent with what Legends is doing, like Iron Factory 2, black underlying and translucent on the top. No gripes there, and everything else, you know, is actually, you see how it is, you know? I mean, there's not much more I can tell you. I told you everything in the review. The appearance is excellent. The materials are amazing. I don't think anything will ever break on this guy. Paint application, where they're applied excellent. And I mean that. Metallic red, gunmetal, even some silver, I believe. I also saw some silver. Maybe I confused that with that huge fucking pin on the side. But anyway, where it's applied very well, no chipping whatsoever. So robot mode amazing, alternate mode, yeah, it's Legends. You know how it's supposed to really fit any working, is it called treads? Like on a locomotive? I don't know, you know what I mean. I think that's amazing, and the playability fiddling through those three modes is actually spectacular fun. I fiddled around quite a bit with him, and I'm not Bobby Skullface, I say he's cute. So negatives are really marginal, you know. Could have used his front fin, maybe like almost what Thomas does, you know, when you flip that out, you have a groove in here, you pack that in, you bring it down. That could have been something, but that's a nitpick, you know. Articulation, like I said, Legends, you gotta have some not contrast. Man, what am I talking about? Of course, you gotta have a few minor setbacks with that, you know. I'm not getting to work with K right now. You know what I mean. Setbacks through the different modes, and with the engineering in there, some things gotta suffer. It's just the way it is, you know. Compromises, that's the word. You gotta do some compromises, or make some compromises, or have some compromises. Anyway, alternate mode was that, and on TF Robots he cost $42, so it's small, it's steep. I know that. It's half, almost a masterpiece. I mean, in size, when we talk a cardboard, would fit. So I don't know, man. I think it's good. I really recommend him. Tolerances are sometimes a little weird, you know, this is a little wobbly, but otherwise I don't have any gripes with that. That's a fun little dude, man. And if you're missing a G1 Astrotrain, there you go, you know? So with that out of the way, only one person remains. Lily Cat, what'd you think of that dude? Aww, that good? Wow, that's a whole lot of affection. Okay, she likes him, like very much. I believe she almost always also kind of gave me the look, not always, that was wrong, but gave me the look like... Dude, chill, man. So, okay, guess I'm getting Thomas due to popular demand. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was helpful to you if you decide to get him. It's a way more cost-efficient version of Astrotrain than Thomas, let me tell you, but I believe Thomas is more beautiful. If you're watching this right now on Sunday, then I saw him this past Friday because I recorded this in advance, and I hope you had a great weekend. And also, if you were wondering where my Godkin ride is, you can find my past vlogs. So there's that. Okay. So I hope you had a great weekend. It's a little bit, you know, discombobulated. When I'm doing stuff ahead of things, I gotta think backwards, so don't matter. Have a great week, sleep tight, get good in there, don't do too much, stay healthy, eat your vitamins. Be good, be well, see you soon, bye bye.